in the arms of a girl in Louisiana. Though I'm out on the highway, my thoughts are still with her. Such a strange combination of a woman, man, and child. Such a strange situation, stopping every hundred.
It's interesting to me that, I guess not so much. You moved here when you were really young and you stayed here all your life with those few exceptions. But it's kind of interesting to me that that New Orleans sound and the New Orleans musicians kind of stuck with you, even though when you were away, you know, you were still following specific guys' careers and such, you know.
Right, and I should say, like when I was in high school, I was going to see the Cold,
yeah,
a lot. I went to see the Neville Brothers a lot. But then I started trying to. I would show James Rivers at Tyler's. There were Astral Project. These were bands I would check out in high school. I can't remember everybody that I would go. I mean, I was a little older. You know, I turned 18 during my senior year, so I was able to get into a lot of places, but I try to remember the other bands that I saw, and I know I
sounds like a ton.
And I also attended Jazz Festival, at least for a few of those years. I think I was probably starting on Jazz Fest when I was a sophomore in high school.
Yeah.
The bands that those bands though, when I went away to college, I went to the University of Texas, and I would see the Neville Brothers when they came through.
Sure.
And I would back in college, I would see Stevie Ray Vaughan, and a lot. But yeah, the experience through moving to New York after college, I got an MBA from the University of Texas, moved to New York City and worked in consulting, in business consulting.
Yeah, I was going to ask what you were doing at this time.
Yeah, my interest when I got into college really, and from the time I was 18, I knew I wanted to do something in business or finance. And I was a finance undergrad and a finance MBA, and I ended up going to work for Arthur Andersen Consulting Division, putting in big computer systems. So for the first system we put in was in New Jersey, the New Jersey Department of Labor. So we put they had a 75-year-old, so they had been doing the same thing for 75 years.
Wow.
And we installed their first computer system to manage cases as they came through for workers' comp and for at the New Jersey Department of Labor. I also, while I was in doing those, I had 16 clients in 3.5 years, based out of New York, but mostly working elsewhere. So I went to the Georgia Department of Labor. While I was in Atlanta, I happened to be in the same hotel for 3 weeks with the cast of School Days. School Days.
Yeah.
So yeah, I pulled up to the place, and there's all these guys with shaved heads, and they were shooting. So I had been friends with Branford. Branford Marsalis was in the movie. So for 3 weeks, I was going to work and doing my work with Anderson, and then going to watch the movie set and spending time with them. And then there was another time where I think it was while I was assigned to Pac Bell out in California. We were putting in their system for 900 and 976 phone call billing. They nicknamed us I don't even want to say it. Let's just say all the calls that you used to make on 900, that the phishing report or everything always starts with porn. So, but we put those first systems in for Pac Bell.
Yeah.
So that was, but when I came back to the New York office, I happened one day to go get lunch with Winton, and a junior in high school, Jeremy Davenport, was hanging out with Winton that week, or that weekend, and he was trying to figure out what to do with his life, Jeremy was, and Winton was convinced him that he should go to UNO and study with Marsalis.
Nice.
And so someone like Jeremy, who ended up being on our record label,
Yeah.
has actually been in my life as a friend, because we had that one lunch, and then when he moved to New Orleans, I would go see him play, and then he
Sure.
was in Harry Connick Jr.'s big band, and
Yeah.
so there's just a lot of those kind of connections. I was talking about the influence that Winton had, and it was like I met Wes Anderson through him, and I met Victor Goines through the Loyola Summer Music Program. Victor plays with Winton's band. Victor's now a artistic director, I believe, at University of Michigan, maybe. But he's in the Lincoln Center Jazz Orchestra. There's just lots of connections through that family.
Sure.